There's this post that you ever posted in your Facebook account
Yes.
diminishing the Kamba community because of the court ruling.
Okay.
You are too harsh to the Kambas. It's like you are. Many took it as you are very tribal. Yeah, it's like you are not happy about the court case. Kamba should go back to Machakos. What would you tell us about that?
Now, the other item that we need then to give a bit of priority is leadership, youthful leadership. We must say to our leaders that we are not leaders if you're not preparing the future in Bere South. As leader, we must plan a bit for the future. And when we talk about the future, we're essentially talking about the young generation. The future is not unto the old. The future belongs to the young generation. These are people that then need to be given opportunity. In any system of government or even society, there is a clear mechanism of handing over the reins of power from one generation to the next. It cannot be that in Bere South, we are always led by people that are retired. I mean, you listen to your leader's first name, it's retired. Before you get to the name, right? Others retired 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, by the time you're retiring, you have spent the best, you have spent your best
Yes.
in service to the government, right? It cannot be that you will come after retirement, vie for a seat, fail a first time, come back after 5 years, fail again, come back 15 years on, and you retired at what, 65?
Yeah.
So you're basically going 80, and you're thinking that now is the time for you to serve Mbeere South. I mean, we government is clear in its policy that the best of you is in your younger days. You cannot be 90 years and
But
want to
there's
become
this notion,
MCA.
There's this notion
Right.
that the old is gold
Yes.
and the experience.
Yes.
This young
that's
guy
all right.
has no experience.
That's
in
all right.
leadership.
That's all right. But
Yeah.
look at all the people that have achieved in this world, that have done things that we speak of to this day, right?
Yeah.
The first being Jesus Christ. Jesus died at the age of 33.
Yes.
By the age of 33, Jesus had achieved all that God had put before him. And we speak of Jesus to this day.
Yes.
If you look at Julius Caesar, people that, names of renown, they did not do it in their 90s. No. There is no society in this world whereby we send forth our elders into battle. When you go into parliament, it's battle. I mean, we are talking about resources. Everyone wants these resources in this nation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So we have to put forth the most energetic, the most eloquent people that can do something. And this is the one mistake that we can see clearly. Why have we not had results if we've always put forth leadership? In fact, I say of all the leaders I've seen in Bere South, of all of them, I like Norman Nyaga most because Norman put forth our name. There is no in this country you'll go and mention Norman Nyaga, and people do not know. In fact, we ask sometimes, where do you come from? And you tell them Embu. You tell them Bere, and you have to explain, it is not Embu, it is Bere. And as soon as you mention Norman Nyaga, then they'll understand where you come from. That is the kind of leadership we want. Norman was in parliament in his early 40s.
Yes.
You see? And that is why he was able to achieve that name. I'm not talking about development. That level of recognition, because he was a firebrand. He's vibrant, and when he speaks, everyone listens. You don't take your grandfather into a meeting of young men. I mean, even basic language, when people speak, when Mutinda you speak and you speak, right? We go into parliament, and the language there, Babu, those are the people in parliament. They're asking they're talking to each other and asking, what's up, right? And your grandfather will start looking up in the sky, wondering what's up.
What's up,
Right? Yes. Right? So we must clearly identify then the generations and what generation is supposed to represent us. And the old men graciously go into the background. That is how we'll strengthen our society. We will consult you when we need advice. That is your role in society.
Then, do you believe in youthful leadership?
I do believe in youthful leadership. If at all the person, the leader, leadership is a calling.
Sure.
It's not something that you grab just along the way. That's why you'll find many of these fighters, many of these tough guys in leadership up to date, they started it wakiwa wadogo. If you ukisoma history ya Raila, alianza kusumbua babake akiwa 9 years, kumuuliza very tough questions about the government. You see? So it's a calling, it's not just something that you grab. The other thing with youthful leadership, the best thing with youthful leadership, mtu bado ako na future. Right? So, anaona in the next 30 years, Mbeere South, ama Mwea Ward, ama this country should be at this level. So he will utilize his youthful time to fight for his people. But now what makes that narrative sink and inaoza mara moja, the young leaders that we are electing nowadays, wanajua kwenda pale ni kugrab ndio nitoshane na Nyaga family, nitoshane na Mutava family, nitoshane na Odinga family. So when they go there, they do nothing. They just grab because they want even them to become the dynasties. Yeah? So maybe most of them come in the name of good leadership, but when they wakiingia pale wana change. They change very fast. Because
change? System.
Not system, the environment.
The environment.
And the friends. Because there before I used to hang out in Kilea, Makema, I used to hang out in Gashurere, I used to hang out, with those low guys. Then all of a sudden, mimi mtu sasa wa parliament, chai tunakunywa wapi, twende pale Sarova, ama twende, you start changing all of a sudden. Hata kuna deal hapa ya serikali tunastahili. People change. And people change kama Muhammad Ali alichange. People change. Jichopevu kama alichange, people change.
Eric, what's your take on this?
Most definitely, I believe in youth leadership, and it's good. But we have a challenge, what you have said. When youth are in leadership, they loot, I think the problem is the exposure on leadership matters. Because the moment that, yes, you say, yes, I'm a youth, I need to lead the people because I know what future makes and what future needs, But at the same times, I don't have knowledge about what I'm going to do there. You see, you cannot pick someone from the village and say we need him to be a leader. Because the moment he goes there and hapa kuna deal say chapa tufanye, you will easily sink to that deal. But when you get a youth leader, a leader who has been, let's say, in any corporate, either corporate society, either like has been moving as great things. So he knows what about leadership, because if it's a youth who had his own company, he know how to manage. He's a leader from himself. He's a leader. But now when you get someone from the street there and they're at home, and then yes, we give him kura because the kijana tutakuwa tumekosea.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The same point, we are not going to blame wazee so much, because we can also say that the old people sometimes they think sometimes they think more than us because they have seen many things.
Yes.
So these guys wanaweza kuwa na message inakaji. They have been in leadership and they have lived along the lifestyle, so they have something to deliver or something to pitch into the community which you don't have. So so I think also we can consider them in a bit, but not much completely in the leadership.
Okay. Thank you. Bwana Nduma.
Yes, sir.
You heard it from the youth.
Yes.
Do you agree with what they're saying? Wanasema
yes.
Youth akiingia pale ana change.
Yes.
You are a youthful person, yeah?
Right.
And you've heard from
them, yes.
Yes. What's your take?
No, what I would say about that particular one is that this is a very personal thing. That's why I said in the first instance, you need someone that has the good of the community at heart.
Yes.
I mean, we have people that loot government, both old and young, right? It is not really something that is then unique to youthful leadership. In fact, the best I have seen, and there is an example I want to give you, is in the leadership of Honorable Sang, who is then the governor of Kericho. I mean, we have had the issue of Finlays.
Yes.
The Finlays are plantations.
Yes, yes, yes.
This has persistence. It has persisted from independence until now. I mean, they've had very many leaders before Sam, right? It is a problem that has been known to the local community, known to those leaders that have been there. It is just the other day we saw Sang moving, I think he was MP at 25 years, moved into Senate, and now is governor in his early 40s, right? It is only now that we are seeing Finlays taken to ICC and actually the governor winning a case against a very historical injustice. If we've had leadership all along, why have they not been able to deal with that? Right? It is only when we got someone that thinks this thing is dear to him and then has the energy to move this thing that this has happened. Right? It's the same thing we are saying in Bere South. We have had leadership. We've not had a vacuum in Bere South. We've had leadership. Are you now satisfied? Because when we talk about politics, we must never separate politics from economics, right?
Yeah.
Politics without economics, Bwana Mutiso, is basically symbol without what? Substance. If I come here and raise the flag of Kenya, it's a symbol of national unity. Can the flag do anything for you?
No.
We must look beyond the flag. I mean, there is a symbolic thing, and then there is a substance. So in politics, we are talking about the symbol in the member of National Assembly, and then there is a substance. I mean, what has this person brought to us, right? And when we look back, and I took you back to even before independence, Lejko, to now, if we look at the development, for example, you look at Kindaruma Dam, that was done in 1954, right? That was before independence.
Yeah.
The people around Kindaruma do not have electricity to this day, right? It is only this last mile electrification that we've had. Electricity slightly getting into people's homes. Now, have we not had leadership? We have had, right? What was lacking in this leadership? If you look at it commonly, right? You talked of Mutava. Mutava came into leadership not early, but late. If you look at the other people that have been there, they've not come in their youth, apart from Norman that I said, came in and could be felt nationally, right? So, to answer your question about leadership, the youth, and theft, theft is not unique to the youth.
It is normal.
It is not unique to the youth. It is something that is universal. It is spread around.
Yes.
So it depends on the person that you have as leader, right? It is nothing to do with youth. No one is going in to try and make money to be. I mean, that will be the first disqualification. And it is said, we are created in the image of God, right? The Bible says, the good book. Meaning you, Mutiso, and you, even Eric, you're able to tell if you put all the aspirants in front of you, you're able to tell this guy is going in for, he might be going in for money, right? This might be a genuine leader.
That's true.
This is an old, tired leader. This, we're able to make the distinctions. So then our responsibility as leaders is to give you options. We come forth before you and give you an option, right? But it is incumbent upon every person with a voter's card to then see this person might help embarrass out. We are not giving a guarantee, but you're able to see that this gentleman can do something and this other one will not do anything, right? And this will still and this other one will not. There's no guarantee. I mean, you just talked of Jichopev, we went and changed.
Yes.
People
yes.
thought he might do something, right?
Yeah.
And such is life.
So let me ask you, in 2020, you are very vocal in the social media
Yes.
about your campaigns and all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Then suddenly you went down,
Right.
uh, kept quiet,
Right.
and then now you have come back.
Right.
Rumors has it that you are a supporter of the Honorable Kingangi.
Whoa.
Tell us. Tell us. Tell us.
Now. Firstly,
Yes,
that is hilarious. That is hilarious. And in politics, anything will be thrown at you. Anything will be said to discredit you. Right? It is interesting. If I mean, it's inconceivable.
No, it is said.
Yes, it is
Listen,
said. Yes.
it is said.
Yes.
You are very vocal 2020. The reason why you went silent
Yes.
is that you were financed or silenced.
Whoa.
Or you are someone's project.
Yes, or you are someone's project. Tell us.
Even
Now-
some say you are a genius project.
Yes. Yes.
That's all right. Like I said, anything will be said in politics
Yes.
to discredit you. In fact, when people perceive that you might be a stronger opponent, they will come up with a myriad of stories about you. Right? Now, my being vocal in 2018, in 2020, I came early into politics. Why? Because I'm buying for the first time. So I knew that I had to come in early to then popularize my brand and myself. Now, you must realize what politics is, not as a spectator, but as a person running a political machinery. You're running for office.
Yes.
Every time you go out there, what does it take? I mean, Mutiso, you've been in politics, you know. What does it take to go out to the masses?
Popularizing yourself is the first thing, and
Yes.
that's the first step
Yes.
in politics.
Yes.
So it is not a bad strategy that you did, because
Yes.
now people in Better South knows who's
Wait.
sanitizer. Only that
Yes.
ujaingia vizuri kwa watu.
What I was getting at, and the answer I was looking for, is that every time I step out into the masses, it takes resources.
True.
It takes resources. Now, the richest of us cannot then sustain a campaign from 2020
Yeah.
to 2022.
Sure.
You're in the village every day.
It's a very
right?
expensive affair.
You were just talking about people making money to go to sustain it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, when I pull back a little, it's all part of my strategy. I'm not gonna be in the village every day.
Sure.
I mean, I need to pull back, make some money
Yes.
that can then be expended in the next phase, pull back again, make some money that can be expended in the final phase. It is strategic. Nothing of sponsorship. In fact, it is obscene. It's actually an insult to my person first, because it touches on my integrity first.
Yeah.
That I am this person that is willing to sell the community, because that is what it is. That I'm literally then trying to further a person's interest, a person who I have just said has not done nothing for us since independence, and I'm part of that community. I mean, it's inconceivable. Whoever is talking about that is, if I would not even what do you call it, dignify his claim by trying to explain that, but it is nonsense of the nonsense that cannot be explained. Really.
I have this question. It's a burning question for especially the Moma community in Mbere South.
Yes.
You know, Mbere is inclusive of Mbere, Wakamba,
Yes.
and Kikuyus.
Yes.
Yeah, and
There's this post that you ever posted in your Facebook account diminishing the Kamba community because of the court ruling.
Okay.
You are too harsh to the Kambas. It's like you are. Many took it as you are very tribal. Yeah, it's like you are not happy about the court case. Kamba should go back to Machakos. What would you tell us about that?
Now, in fact, that was a post that was very controversial, and I thought it's hilarious because what I posted, if you read the post, was that. In fact, the genesis of the post was this. I'll just explain the background. Mutula Kilonzo Jr. in Makueni
Yeah.
had taken KWS to court regarding some land that is held by KWS in Makueni that he was then getting back from KWS back to the community, right? My post read this way, that the government has taken our land, right? As what our community land. If you have the post, you will say it has taken our community land, right? In the form of Tarda, right? In the form of Mwea Game Reserve, and in the form of Mwea Settlement Scheme. That was my post. It did not mention Kamba, Mbere, Kikuyu, or any tribe. I mean, I'm the first person that is alive to the fact that Mbere South is home to the Mbere, Kikuyu, Meru, Luos because of the lakes, Kambas across Makema, and it is historical. It is not something that has just started the other day. Now, in fact, I could not answer when people started saying I'm tribal. I'm now attacking the Kamba, and I looked. If you look at the post and pull it after this, and even put it next to this, this post, it does not mention a Kamba. And this is the rationale behind it. The most useless land we can hold as a community is a community that is held generally, right? That is not privately owned, right? Just like if you used to hunt in the old days, if you have a gazelle in the bush, who does it belong to? If you have a gazelle in the bush and you're going hunting, and others are going hunting, who does that gazelle belong to?
Anyone who is hunting.
No one. Right? That is a position of our land ownership in Mbere South. The biggest chunk of our land, say Mwea Settlement Scheme, does it belong to you? No. Does it belong to the Kamba or to the Mbere or to the Kikuyu? Who does it belong to? No one. That means that land is fair game. And if you go and look at their location, just to articulate my point, you will see people that are nowhere close to these tribes that have gotten portions of that land. Now, my argument was this: we need to petition the government to then remit the land back, give the land back to us, right? I don't care if it is given to the Kamba, as long as it is in Mbere South. The title is held by you, the Mbere, the Kikuyu, or whoever gets the title, but it is not private ownership, right? Meaning if I need a piece of land, I can come to you with money and I can buy that land and I'll settle there, right? Sometimes when you engage people that have then something in the background, you know, you're thinking your own thoughts that I don't know of. The moment you mention scheme, now you are attacking Kamba. Look at the post, and I challenge you.